So it's been a while since I've done anything significant with my daily driver workhorse Tundra, but it needs a few things, some little stuff, some little fix-up improvements. The exhaust, the JBL long tube headers, high flow 3-inch cats, X pipe in a MagnaFlow into Dynamax VT mufflers, which aren't around anymore, but I guess it stands for variable tuning. They have nice spring actuated flaps in them, have worked great. It sounds stock under no load and then roars on when they open. I changed it just a little bit since the first iteration that I posted, but it's been great for over 100,000 miles in 6 years with that exhaust system on it. It's done really well, and a tune, and that's pretty much all I've done to it power wise. I have an alternate wheel and tire setup, as you can see, Black Rhino's version of a TE37 basically. And I went with some of the OEM Raptor Ford, what they call 35-inch 315 70-17s on it. 17s just clear the brakes on the Tundra. And these tires, because they were tested for OEM and developed that way, ride super quiet, super nice, handle just about any terrain, pretty big and wide, handle really well. Pretty good all-around tire and pretty cheap compared to most things. Goodyear, because they're made in so many big quantities, they come in around $250 a piece, not too bad. And then the last time I had changed some calipers. I went ahead and got the painted ones. They were the same cost as regular calipers. Last time I did a brake job on this thing, so now I got pretty red ones. Front and rear, but they all work great now. I did these DZ style running boards, kind of gives a nice good look to it. Did some stripes. This thing's hauled stuff like these guys halfway across the country that literally outweigh the truck by a few hundred pounds. Done it without any issues. Let's see, I did funny set of my own custom stripes on it in vinyl. I'm going to change this up pretty soon. I swapped out the bumper with a later Tundra style, just I like the angle with the stripes. Still got to play around with it a little bit. I got to fix some, wear on the tailgate, do something with this. I've got a new little plastic bumper topper thing to add to it as well. Stripes I alternated. I wanted to see which style I liked, but like I said, we're going to change this up pretty soon too, I think, now that we're over 166,000 miles on this guy, and he's done so well as a daily driver work truck hauling things. I put over 2,000 pounds of steel in this 8-foot bed multiple times, and it barely even squats. Hauls it without even noticing. It's been great. Only done one tune-up on this thing so far, so it's due for that again. I think I'm gonna switch out this. I have another bumper setup I'm gonna do. I switched out the grill. Did a little custom kind of thing myself. The little Land Cruiser logo. And I got to do something with this front bumper that's seen some better days. Do a new setup with that. So we'll have to get to all this stuff and have a little maintenance fun with this guy. So we'll show you what we do with this. All right, here we go. Well, the Tundra tailgate had some dings and dents in it, so I knocked those suckers out. Now we're just gonna do a quick little psh, psh along this thing to get it back to reasonable and just get rid of the scratches and rust stuff that was going on up here. It was just starting. Not bad for a work truck. What?
I can't remember what oil I used in my last oil change.
I thought it was the 5W stuff I had sitting on the stairs over there.
Yeah, but I can't remember if it was the blue 5W or the red 5W.
I'm pretty sure the red stuff was a gear oil, right? Transmission fluid.
Because I know that they can't go together.
You what?
Don't they have like a thing that you can't mix them?
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. It's the same weight of oil. Finish it off. Alright. It's alright. So, TRD just tries to offer you a better, louder, dual exhaust looking type setup over the factory single dump exit, but it doesn't fix the inherent problems in the Toyota exhaust systems, whether it's a V6 or V8. This bit right here is a big part of why they sound like doo-doo. Many trucks, 4x4 trucks in general, they have a transfer case in the middle for the four-wheel drive setup. It takes up a lot of space, that drive shaft moving up front, all that stuff, and then there's going to be on one side of the truck or the other, there's going to be a fuel tank underneath it. So say you've got the underside view of the truck, you got tires out here, engine up front, exhaust banks coming out. Well, most of them have transmission and then a transfer case. It sends drive shaft back up to the front axle, and then drive shaft continues to the rear. Well, the exhaust routing has to follow this path and then jog like this over to the other side of the truck. But you got a big fuel tank here, generally in a pickup truck. So the other side of the exhaust has a nice straight flow, but this long side here comes in, it has to carry a whole different sound with a whole nother bend in it. Got catalytic converters along the way that hopefully cut down some of that, but then they put monstrous size canisters in here to get rid of this awful resonance that happens because of this big difference in flow from one side to the other. Sound is traveling along here and just slamming together with this other sound in a bad sequence. So around 2,000 RPMs, you get a terrible drone in these exhausts if you open them up, no matter what you do. Even the factory, you can still hear it in there, although this massive thing here and the single tailpipe does its best to tamp that down. So, as you saw under the truck, actually in my first version of this exhaust, I'll give you a little clip of that here in a second. The main thing I did to change it up, I did long tube headers, 3-inch high flow exhaust, 3-inch high flow cats on each side. But then I changed some of these lengths and angles was the first thing I did. So instead of this big long extension and a curve and this straight thing, let's get rid of the tailpipes that no longer do anything. I took this and angled it here first to keep it tight, then angled it again to cross over. And this one here kept mostly straight, then angled it over too, just slightly, so that these two were much more equidistant in their pipes. Then went into a MagnaFlow True X. So you want to have the paths cross in an X so that the pulses can alternate between each other. And then kept it true duals coming out. So the first iteration I did, I dumped it pretty short, straight out the side. Sounded all right, but still had a little bit of blattiness to it, like a Dodge. So anyway, shortly after that, I changed it. I did 2 other mufflers called Dynamax VTs, set them on their sides so the the valves inside them that were spring loaded to work on the pressure in the exhaust opened up easier and lasted longer. And then just dumped the exhaust kind of angled downward and out. So the sound kind of doesn't resonate off the side of the truck anymore. It sounds a lot cleaner. It sounds almost stock levels at idle. And then when you really punch it, it opens up entirely and sounds really mean and clean. No drone at all. Not even in the worst 1800 to 2000 RPM zones. So this is basically the principle you want to do. V6 Tundra, V6 in the Tacomas, V8s the Tundras, the new V6s in the Tundras, all of that. Same with most trucks with this kind of four-wheel drive layout and exhaust. Fixes a lot of those drone issues and really cleans up the sound to make it nice. So let's show you how that comes out on the road. The 2013 Tundra, about to hit 166,666 miles. Running really well. Full exhaust system. 35-inch tires on this one right now. Not bad at all. Super quiet on the exhaust, unless you tromp on it. Full long tube headers, 3-inch duals with X-pipe, and some variable tune mufflers. Need to switch out some LED lights. There it is. Whoa, noise. After 7 years with this full exhaust, this thing still rides as quiet as stock pretty much, and gets the same mileage. Super quiet in the cabin. Until you romp on it. Tow's great, does everything it's supposed to do. So I'm really happy with how this custom exhaust turned out and how long it's performed just like it's supposed to.